Hey everyone, we're back with hopefully another relatively short episode. In the last episode, we got all the rods in and bolted them down. Not torqued though, so we got to do that real quick. And then hopefully we throw on the oil pan, which I scraped off camera, so it's a bit cleaner. Also rinsed it out, so I'm not getting any dirty oil or coolant on my freshly milled crank and new bearings in the rods. And then hopefully oil pump drive bushing, oil pump drive, which I've got up there. And hopefully the oil pump, maybe we can even get the whole bottom end done tonight. And that might be pushing it. Let's just stick with this and the oil pump drive bushing, because I feel like that's gonna be kind of difficult. Let's get to it. All right, everything's all torqued down. Now, let's get the oil pan on, get a couple bolts in to hold it in place, and flip it over, and then we can get the oil pump drive bushing in. So I decided to put the headband on for this one, just so you guys can get up close and personal. Looks like I didn't do that good of a job scraping all the dirt and crap off. Yeah, there we go. Don't worry, this is just temporary. I will be putting a gasket on here in the final product. And in the final product, this is getting cleaned and painted as well. But this is just so I can flip it over and put the bushing in. But that's cross-threaded though. Okay, fine, we'll put you in this hole. Will you go in any hole? I guess not. 3 out of 4, 75%, that's passing. So we'll just run with that. And then all the way over. We'll find something to set it on. So with this new position, I test fit the old bushing in there. Well, it test fit so well, it kind of got stuck. And so when I popped it out, it fell down the oil pan, which no biggie, we'll take the oil pan off when we put the pump on. So now we got to get the good one in there. The issue is the good one has been sitting for several days in a freezer out there. I've got everything set. But it's gonna be entertaining because I gotta run out there, grab it, bring it in here, and put it in there before it gets too warm and expands. Because I'm sure most of us know, when something gets cold, it shrinks. So I want to keep it cold so then it fits in that hole better. So I'll put the headband on, and this ought to be interesting. All right, ready and go. How do I want to do this? In, go in. And then, yeah, there we go. Well, it works. I'll just keep doing that. Might need something a bit more effective. There's more hammer on hammer violence than there is ever, and yet no one reports on it. I think it's kind of working. think we're getting closer. Getting there. Yeah, a little bit more. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere, mine tells. All right, that seems to be in. Now let's put the let's lube up the oil pump drive shaft, and then we'll get that in. Okay, so while I had it out, I figured I'd use my knife and scrape off a lot of the carbon on there, so I get a nice clean surface. So first we knead up the lube, and now pop it open. Yeah, let's just cover it completely, why not? No such thing as too much lube, right? Put it on like a hot dog. Set it right there. And make sure we get all of it on there, spread it thoroughly, and we drop it in. Just like that. Real quick, I just wanted to open this up, make sure there's nothing I need in it right now. But I figured I'd have you guys along for the opening. Is there instructions on where this stuff goes? There isn't. Okay. All right. So I was told that the oil pump drive gear should go in last because you can't put the cam in with it in it, even though I kind of took the cam out with it in it. So instead, since I got the bushing in, that's a huge step forward for me. Let's get a little bit more done and get this brand new Howards Rattler cam in. Oh, they have their own assembly grease. Why don't we use their stuff? Get these rubber bands off. Aww. I was told to be careful with these, mainly because these are just milled edges and they are not smooth, and they will hurt you. Let's set this down here. And I'm going to take my own assembly grease. I'm going to lube up the bearings. If I can get my finger down in there. Come on. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the recording, but local demo derby's going on right now. They're destroying stuff while I'm making something great. All right, there's all those. Now let's open this up and use Howard's own grease. Ew, it looks like poo. Now it kind of looks like honey. Has a very strange smell to it too. Let's put a little bit more on this end and then try and put it in. Can never have too much. The only time you have too much is when you run out. All right, let's be very careful on putting this in. It's probably not good to leave them like this because they weren't meant to bend. Careful, don't nick. What are you stuck on? Oh, come on. Ow. Come on. Ow. Come on. And then make sure we lube that end up one plenty. Okay, we're gonna put the screwdriver here. No, all right. I can't grab onto it. How am I supposed to get it? Hang on, let me figure this out. All right, so I found this pick. This should give me enough, it should have just enough strength to lift it up there. Yeah, there we go, come on. slide it into its home. Yeah, there we go. Man, it doesn't really want to turn that easy, does it? I may have used too much lube. But it's in there, so let's put the keeper plate on, which is this one. And if I had to guess, that's probably the side that goes in. Let me just see if there's anything that looks like it's supposed to be a seal for this. Now I'm going to look into getting a 4th bolt for this, just so it's a nice tight seal, no oil leaks out. Because I want the person to buy this to know they're buying a properly built, or mostly properly built motor. Don't want to give her the beans too much. So, I think we're going to call it a night there. So this is probably a relatively short video for you guys. I thought about leaving the oil pump driver in. I was kind of thinking on doing the oil pump today, but then I remembered you have to clean it, prime it, and the pump has to go in before the driver. So I don't have the stuff to redo the pump right now, so I figured we do the cam. Well, cam's in, bushing's in. It may not seem like it. Like I said, this might be a relatively short video, but these are momentous steps from here. Once the pump is installed, that's pretty much the bottom end. Then I can start work on the top end, which that's all easy to access. You just build up from there. So as long as I don't run any other issues, it should be a week to get this done and back in the car. And then it'll be making some cool noises. We'll be going fast with it. So, well, there's still a break-in period too. Don't forget the break-in period. So, it only gets easier from here. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share so other people can see this, because the build's going pretty well now. And remember, save them, don't scrap them.